Welcome to the Daily Whatever Show.
Good
I'm Ada.
morning. I'm Lawrence Winterman. Welcome.
Happy Tuesday after a long weekend. How was your weekend, Lawrence?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was good. It was relaxing. It was not particularly full of events, which, I'm a-okay with that. A nice long weekend with not a lot of obligations. Pretty great.
Yeah.
How about you?
My weekend was good. There was some fun stuff. There's a lot of grounding stuff I'm doing right now. Um, fun fact about me, I don't really hardly ever talk about my big day job, but I am this week in between roles. So, um, I'm in this weird thing, Lawrence, where I'm feeling so overloaded that I'm like one thing at a time, and I'm feeling this need to do things like what I did this weekend, which was empty out the sock drawer and sort it and make
Ooh, yeah,
socks, right? That's a thing that only as grown-ups, suddenly you're like, wow, I know how many pairs of socks that I have and where they are. And so in the morning when I'm bleary and I open the drawer, I know I have socks. And it's weird that that's so grounding, but
yeah.
it is. I found this cute dress. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pink and it has little cats on it.
Aw.
Yeah, Nick, we washed all the laundry. Right. Some weekends or some days are like that. And that's really what's coming forward for me during this slight downtime that I'm having is this sense of I gotta get grounded to be able to fly. Think Karen,
Ooh.
I thought of you when I put it on this morning. I was like, Karen is gonna need to see this dress. So
Aw.
thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Here's the
And
thing.
then
I'm not sure that I'm actually an adult because, I have a long weekend with lots of free time and sure I do the laundry, but also I played a lot of Minecraft this weekend.
that's completely fine.
Admittedly, part of it was like date night with my boyfriend. We
Right.
have a shared world that we play in together. And
Oh,
I built us a horse ranch out on the savannah that I'm calling Acacia Acres.
Keisha Akers.
Yeah.
Nick, we never said we folded the laundry.
Yeah, dude, that's
That's
totally me too. I'm like,
next
yeah, I
level.
washed the laundry. Is the clean laundry sitting in the basket waiting to be folded? Yes.
That's the crazy thing, Lawrence. I put it away this weekend, which that
Oh my
doesn't
God.
happen. Right. It's because I feel like I
Welcome,
haven't
Marie
been.
Kondo, to the Daily Whatever.
Yeah, that's me. It sparked joy to have an organized sock drawer, but more importantly, we hit a big milestone late last night.
We
We did
did. 90.
90, 90 paid subscribers, you
90
guys.
paid subscribers. Huge thank you to
Thank
everybody.
you, thank you, thank you. That means we are 90% of the way done with this pledge drive because I am good at math. That's what happens when 100 is the goal. Math
Yeah.
becomes very easy. And it also means we're going to do our next decile challenge, which is
ASM,
ASM.
are
Are
you
you
fucking
fucking
kidding
kidding
me?
me? Lawrence, we haven't decided this yet, and let's just fight this out. But yeah, thank you everyone in the chat. Robin, Sherry, yelling woohoo, and Karen.
Thanks, everybody. We're
Um,
so excited. We
I,
could literally not have done it without all of you. We're so grateful that we get to do this every day and, welcome you into our 47-year friendship and the long, meandering, ridiculous conversation we've had for,
cheers.
more than 4 decades. Cheers.
Yes, I needed to look this morning and I didn't. But last night, you know how Substack is delayed. I couldn't see who number 90 was. I could just see that we had 90. So I should go look, but I don't want to distract myself from being here.
Yes.
I will post it later. I will post more embarrassing photos of you, Lawrence. I have been lapped multiple times over with every
I've got a
subscriber.
stack. I've got a stack of photos that I think you might be in most of them. So
Fabulous.
young Dana and young Lawrence and Sherry Miami. I might even have one that you're in. So fair warning.
Watch out. Watch out. I foolishly put my old photo albums in the way behind the basement staircase storage years ago. And I'm thinking also during my week off here that I might try to see if I can excavate them to find some more embarrassing old photos. Because I have ones at the front of my mind. I can see them. I just that's where they are, so I don't have access to them. Um, but yes, thank you to everyone who helped us hit 90. Our summer pledge drive ends at the very end of summer, which happens on the 21st night of September, as Earth, Wind, and Fire sang
So
to us.
eloquently remind us, yes, all the time.
Yes. And so that means we have 19, 20, 20 more, no, 19 more days. The
19 more
second
days. Yeah.
to
10,
get to our
10 subs in 19 more days. I'm quite sure that we can do it. And because we are absolutely insane, we are having a party, a 4-hour Substack live on the 21st night of September.
yes.
Um, and we hope to see all of you there. We will be pulling many, many people on camera. So
Yes, we will. Because as
many
good as we
guests.
are at talking for long periods of time, we're gonna want some more company for sure.
Yeah. There
Um,
was other exciting news this weekend.
you know, there was, and it was exciting speculation.
Yeah, I
Okay.
suppose we'll find out at 2 p.m. Eastern.
That's right.
Margaret, we're talking about the politics stuff before we pull you on camera. So Margaret Williams is our special guest today. We're going to bring her on in just a minute or two, but we promised her we wouldn't talk politics or religion or anything controversial, because the whole theme of this episode is protecting your peace. And
Yes.
Margaret is a life coach, and we're talking about that. But here's our one indulgence: all the rumors about Trump's health this weekend. It was madness. And, the more that I see pictures of him supposedly fine, the more I think something is really wrong and seriously going on. Like, uh, something ain't right.
I know. I was watching as well, and I don't watch like TV news. I get my news online. I get a lot of my news from Substack. So to me, it was exploding this weekend. But I did go check like MSNBC. I checked in with CNN and Fox News to see online what was happening. And I didn't see them taking the bait on any of this. This was an entirely like user generated by social media and citizen journalism
Yeah.
sort of moment that we've been having really since Wednesday, right? Wednesday was when he kind of went dark.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been 7 days since apparently he said anything in public. Yeah, there's speculation about who's writing his tweets. I saw a great
Right. They
joke
have
meme
grammar.
earlier. Someone posted a Trump meme and it was actually an analysis of Kant. And it was like,
Yeah.
clearly he's fine, folks. Nobody else is tweeting for him. This erudite, exposition on Kant is
Yeah.
definitely the Trump we're used to.
Grammatically correct, right? Like,
Right. No caps.
and so I I'm watching my words here because I have this fear that like the FBI is listening and that they're going to be like "Rah," coming on in here. So
Oh my God. Nick says Taylor Swift's engagement killed him. Yes.
that's the last time I saw him comment on anything that he was like, "Oh, I wish them luck."
Right, right. They're both good people. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
you hate her. Come on.
Right.
We've all seen the tweets. You literally tweeted you hate her. Don't go backpedaling now. Um, so is this doing us a service or a disservice? That's my question for you, Lawrence, because on the one hand, I'm like, this is just us spinning our wheels, our hopes, our all of these things of like last night it was like all the roads to Walter Reed are blocked, and other people were like, okay,
Yeah.
but they always do that on a holiday. And I did look on Google Maps, and last night the roads around Walter Reed were blocked. This
Right.
morning
And
they are
they're
not.
not. Yeah.
And then the other part of me is like, no, we have to do this because when it really does happen, whatever it is, a grave illness, anything beyond that, are we going to find out? Or are we is it going to be a weekend at Donnie's sort of thing where they're like,
Right.
he's completely fine?
I,
What do you think?
I think that's kind of like almost too meta by half, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think what we're talking about is somebody who is very disliked by a large proportion of the population. And, there are a great many of us who recognize that American democracy is on the ropes. And
Mhm.
yeah, I think it is natural for us to speculate and be kind of morbidly gleeful at the sign that, this guy who has been the nemesis of, you know, of the spirit of America, the true spirit of America for the last 10 years
Right.
is potentially finally on his way out. Like we all recognize at this point that he's Teflon Donnie. Nothing sticks to him. Like
Yeah.
only death is going to remove him from our national psyche. Like finally, our long national nightmare will be over. And so, yeah, are we pre-funking because we think maybe possibly it could be happening? Sure. Is that a little gross? And yeah, but come on, man. Like we'd be doing the same thing if Hitler or Pol Pot were in the hospital.
Right. To be clear, I don't think it's gross to celebrate. I as much as we have a goal for each decile at our pledge drive and this big party we want to have at the end of it, like party to end all parties. I mean, I don't even know what we're
Oh
gonna
God,
do.
yeah. I literally, someone, my family like asked, like, what are you gonna do when you find out? I was like, I'm gonna pretend like it's New Year's Eve, and I'm gonna grab a pot and pan, and a big wooden spoon, and go outside and bang them together and be like, hear ye.
Yes. It's have you seen Wicked, Lawrence? Did you watch the movie?
I have not.
Oh my god, it's so good. You have to watch it. But do you know the song, the "She's dead" at the beginning? The wicked witch of the West is dead. No one mourns the wicked is the name of the song. It's
Oh yes, I do know the song. I know the
such
music.
a banger. It's such a banger. You should. I would like to recreate the opening scene in Munchkinland and the 9 million tulips that they planted to find them.
Nice.
It's so beautiful. Like it. Highly recommend that you watch it. Anyways, I feel like that's what, at least our half of the country is going to be like, metaphorically, at least on the inside.
Yeah.
The tulips,
I
the
mean, I'm in Fort
colors, the
Wayne,
song.
Indiana right now, and I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure that maybe no one but me and my family will be the ones outside banging pots and pans together. But I don't know. I have a feeling it could be one of those moments where suddenly, like, everyone feels comfortable revealing themselves to each other, and we discover that our neighbors are actually, also rooting for the same thing.
right.
But
Karen says she's going to skydive nude.
I can't wait to see that video. That sounds amazing, Karen. what- so Michelle, our friend of the show, Michelle Tahoe, posted something I think yesterday about like going live at the moment that he dies. She's like, "Oh, but I'll have to put on a nightgown so I don't do an oldie fans." And I was like, "Oldie fans is funny."
Well, defense
Um,
is funny.
yeah,
I just saw that. She said that about her insomnia, wanting to go live in the middle
right,
of the
right.
night.
Wanting to go live, kind of like waiting, wondering. Yeah,
That would be kind of amazing, actually, because we had that Saturday Night Live. Or at least I did. You didn't end up being able to join it, but, yeah, I had, like, 50 people join me, and that was only at, like, 8 p.m. here.
I predict Substack will crash. Mason was just like, "Yes, please go live immediately."
Yes,
Substack will crash that day, right? Like all of us will go live. Everyone will try to, go live
wherever
and
we are.
celebrate at the same time.
Can we make a
Um,
promise for that at least, Lawrence? Wherever we are,
yeah,
awake, asleep, call twice through, we are gonna make this happen. We're gonna go live, like, within minutes.
yes, yeah. God willing, we will be
Yes.
awake enough, and yeah. But hey, we should bring Margaret onto the show and
We absolutely
actually
should.
have a
I did
conversation with our
also
guest, Margaret. We can't wait to talk to you.
and I wanna say hi to Patricia Ross, who just joined. Patricia was in my class with Christina God when I first joined Substack. And I've been trying to get her on as a guest for a while. She's amazing. So hello, Patricia. I'm so glad
Hey,
that you're here.
Patricia.
We know each other from Medium as well. And she just had a note go super crazy viral, about, um, the things she's all done later in life, uh, to simplify it. Okay, no, I gotta find you here, Margaret. Hold on a second. My phone is slightly not cooperating. This is,
So Marnie says, although JD Vance taking over the regime is not comforting either, but I don't think MAGA will show undying loyalty to him, though. I agree. I think that um, whatever weird riz Trump has that keeps people, coming back to him, JD does not have that. I don't think anybody does. So
yeah, I just had that conversation this weekend, Lawrence. Oh, and now I have to stop talking about politics. She's coming on. She's coming on. Mental health protected. Mental health protected.
Margaret, hello.
Hi, Margaret.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
So
So
much
good. We
better
are
now that you're here.
so happy that you're here.
Hey, I was sitting listening in the background, okay? And I just want to say to you that regardless of what happens here, we have to be looking at forward and see who's going to be taking over because their agenda is going to remain the same,
That's right.
regardless of
Yeah,
who's in office. So that's what we need to be concerned about at this point. Okay?
Yeah, you are
100%.
totally right. You are so right. I know we promised you we weren't going to talk about
It
politics.
is what it is. It
It
is
is.
what it is.
Yeah. Do you find that, Margaret, that politics is like, even if you set a goal for yourself that you're going to kind of stay above the fray, that politics sort of keeps pulling you back in because we're all just sort of soaking in it right now, don't you think?
No, no, I don't.
Okay.
Because working in the federal government for 39 years,
Oh,
the
wow.
pendulum keep moving back and forth. So I'm working in the middle, okay? I don't care what they're doing. That's just noise because
Yeah.
I have goals. I have ambitions, and those ambitions are going to be met regardless of who's in office, okay?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
And
I
I
love
need
you
to learn
already,
from you. I
Margaret.
need to learn from that attitude because I I get too easily distracted by the noise. I still do, right? Like even after 55 years trying to protect my peace, I'm still learning that lesson of trying to stay grounded and trying to stay centered even when there's all this noise trying to knock me off balance. How did you figure that out? Like what was is there a moment for you that maybe you kind of realized that that was the most important thing that you needed to do was center and ground and kind of reclaim your time?
let me show you. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's called the serenity prayer, okay?
Yes.
God
Okay.
grant me the serenity, okay, to uh to accept the things I cannot change. Okay? The courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. That's how. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So, Margaret, introduce yourself to the crowd here for folks who don't know you. You're a coach. You're soon to be veteran, retiring, I think, from the Army. But please tell us in your own words who you are.
Well, I have worked for the Army Corps of Engineers for 39 years as a civilian. And
Okay.
during that time, I moved 8 times, okay, for a number of reasons, okay?
Yeah.
Um, during that time, I got my bachelor's degree in technical management, which I paid for myself through student loans.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I became a certified coach. Okay, through the ICF,
Yep.
and I also have a master's degree, which I pay for myself, and I hope to pay for. Okay, and here we are, and I'm here at Substack because I took the early retirement because Trump offered it to me. Okay, so in that respect, I have the utmost respect for him because of the office he holds. Okay, so I give him the respect because I want the same respect from others. Okay,
Yeah.
regardless of whether we like him or not, I give him the respect. Okay,
I,
period.
I
Because
think
of
that's
the office.
such a great point that we've been living through this time where when Obama and Biden were in office, suddenly half the country decided not to respect the office of the presidency. And Trump's been in office, and I think kind of the rest of us decided in some ways not to respect the office of the presidency. But you're right, we need to kind of hold on to that and not let go of the respect for the office overall. um yeah, so tell us a little bit more about your journey. I know that you're a coach through the ICF, the International Coaching Federation. I'd love to hear more about kind of your approach and like who are the clients that you're working with? Like, what is your general philosophy? Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Well, individuals, as far as coaching, we deal with the present and the future. Okay. If you have any issues as far as with the past, that would be dealt with in therapy. Okay, maybe a combination of therapy and coaching.
Right.
So where I do, people come to us whole, okay? And so most people, they understand. Most of the times they know what they want, and then sometimes they don't. Okay. They come to you for one thing. And then when they start talking to you, realize it's a number of things that they need to work on.
Mm.
Okay. Is it your health? Is it your career? Is it your family? What is right now is your priority? And what are the things that you are lacking that you should be working on? Okay. Because after all, you got this family, but unless you find a way to move the trajectory of your life and career, you and your family are going to remain here.
Right.
Okay, you want to be here. Well, how you want to get from here to here? Okay, and that's where coaching comes in. I'll sit down, talk to you. I can see things that you can't see. Okay, because you remember they say you can't see the forest for the trees. So you come to somebody, wise, and they can see something. And I ask you all of these powerful questions, and we start to uncover underneath the surface where all the the bodies lie, okay?
Right.
Because
Right.
all these things we've been taught, okay? You are no good. You are nothing. We internalize these things and we start to believe it, okay? And so we go through life and these things prevent us from becoming our best self, okay? From becoming the person we want to be because we are believing these things. Tear it out. It's
Yeah.
not true. First thing, is it true? Because the first thing you say, okay, I can't do this, on Substack, I can't do this. And I said that for a long time. I never wrote that hero post. But then when you start talking to people and then you change your mindset, okay? Here I am today on the live. Okay. You told me a year ago that I was going to be on this live. I told you you're lying because that's not going to be me because I'm an introvert and I don't want to be seen on camera and I don't want to make
Same.
myself vulnerable. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you open yourself up to vulnerability, people start to understand who you are and gravitate towards you and want to be a part of what you about. But then you have the naysayers and everything else. Okay. So we can't worry about that. We have to move on with our path and our mission and our purpose and that's why we're here on this earth. Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not promised. All we have is this moment in time, right today. Okay.
What you're saying really resonates with me, Margaret, because growing up as a gay man in this country, I internalized a lot of, self-hate and negative messages about, who I am and who I'm supposed to be and the nature of my life and how long I'm supposed to live and what I'm supposed to die of and all that stuff. And it has taken me, I mean, I'm still doing the work. I'm still in the middle of it. I'm still unpacking that negative messaging. Do you find with your clients that people kind of maybe regardless of who they are and their background and everything, all kind of have some kind of negative internal message that they got from society? Is that common in your work?
Absolutely, we all have. Mine came from childhood, and it followed in the workplace and every place else. All this negativity, I just internalized it. Okay, because I am a highly sensitive person,
Yeah.
and it's very hurtful to get these comments. But we need to become thick-skinned, period, because it's going to continue. The hate and all of that is going to continue to come. It's not going to go away, and we just have to suck it up and keep moving forward. Period.
Yeah, I read your hero post. I love that you refer to it that way. We've got one too, um and I like how you kind of talked about how your childhood shaped you and kind of the stuff that you had to grow out of. You had to unlearn all of those things. Um, and once you started to do that, you were able to have a successful career and you were able to make this transition into coaching. Um, I guess what is the what is maybe was there like a core moment? You talked about the serenity prayer, but was there something, you know, what was the moment where you kind of realized like I've got to heal myself? I've got to be able to do this for me.
Well, once I took the early retirement, okay,
Hmm.
I had to sit in all this shit. Sorry. Okay.
No,
No,
hey,
swearing
you're
is
more
perfectly
than
fine.
welcome to swear on the daily, whatever. We
We
call it,
encourage it.
Fridays are fucked up Friday. You're good here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. You know, when I was working, I blocked it out. Okay, I blocked it out because I had to focus on the goal with to get to retirement. Okay, because I didn't do this just it wasn't a job, it was a career. And that's when I told them, if you give me this job, I will make it a career. And my plan was to retire next July with 40 years of service.
Right.
Okay, that was my gift to myself. Okay, it didn't happen. Whatever. Move on. Because God had something else planned for me. That's why.
Yeah.
And so I embraced that. So the question, I got diverted. My bad.
The tangents are sometimes the best part. That's where
The
the good
tangents are
stuff
the best
is.
part.
Keep going.
Okay. So, coming from my mother was schizophrenic. Okay. And she gave me up at when I was 3 years old to go live with my father, who was an ordained minister, okay, and who was a womanizer and a narcissist, okay. So that was the hand I was dealt, okay, and I had to survive that, which I did, okay, and so that made me mentally tough, okay, and very resilient. And I was going to figure out anything that I had to do to achieve my goals, to get of that life. Okay, I already got pregnant at 14 years old. Okay, and I said I am not going to be a statistic. I'm getting out, and I'm gonna find a way out. I went
Yeah.
to school, got my associate's degree, and that got me in the door with the federal government. And I said I'm gonna ride this until until to sunset. Okay.
Right.
And here we are. Okay. So now it's time for me to do something else. This is the new chapter. Okay. I haven't lost anything. I take all the skills, everything I learned up to this point is transferable. Okay.
Absolutely.
And it's just a
Absolutely.
matter of figuring out how to do it. That's it. And being a left brain person, I can do that. Okay. But now, being an entrepreneur, I have to figure out how to bring the right side of my brain and the left side together, whole, you know, to be able to gravitate more towards people. Because having that military mindset after
Yeah.
39 years, I'm not
Right.
going to tell you, but once, okay? And I know I can't come across like that. So I have to be, I have to come across
Right.
I have to much more refined. And
Right.
I'm learning every day, because after the end of each day, I like, okay, what could I have done differently? Okay. Okay. I maybe could have said this a little differently, because, when you're in the public eye, sometimes I like, okay, somebody coming for me. Okay. All right. I'm going to say this. But I'm like, no, no, no. My mother said, not what you say, how you say it. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, instead of saying it this way, I'm going to say it this way. But even in all that, you still going to piss somebody off. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to say what I want to say. And whatever happens in the end, so be it. I'm gonna sleep well at night, okay? Because however many followers and recommendations I lose today, I'll gain twice that many tomorrow.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. I'm not gonna let nobody stand in my way,
You
and that's
know,
the attitude we have to have.
you are
Yep.
inspiring me here, and I'm thinking I, for one, could use a coach who's a little bit of a drill sergeant who's gonna.
No kidding. As you were just talking, you almost framed your early retirement as failing a goal, that you wanted to be there 40 years and do your service, and you made it to 37 and took early retirement. Um
39,
I
I think, right? 39.
Yes, yeah,
Oh, 39,
39.
sorry. Just short of your 40 goal, and, I don't wanna coach the coach, but I would advise you reframe that as a win. Like,
It
I
is a
I
win.
know I personally, and I bet Lauren's too, sitting here like, "Oh my god, you're able to move to your next phase."
Right.
And we have this, our publication is called Gen XE. We are both, Generation X, And we have this working theory that Gen Xers, for the most part, are coming into their creative and professional power late. And that this time and moment in history and politics is made for us because we're resilient. But we're doing it while also having full-time jobs
Right.
or pursuing them. So, like, the fact that you have this expanse, this that you have a pension and that you're able to leave a career and to move into your next stage, that's a win. Like, frame that as take the win.
Yeah, for real.
Like, yeah, I'm doing this all over and over. I'm wondering what, as a coach, what advice you have for folks like Lawrence, like me, like a lot of our listeners who are kind of later in the career game, right? And this is how I always word it to people of like, I'm at that annoying age where work needs to have meaning. It can't just be a job.
Right.
Um, and also, we need to have jobs and keep our lives going. How do you coach folks like us when we maybe don't have 20, 30 years of career runway ahead of us? I'd love to hear any advice that you have.
Well, I say, you know, I, I'm an intuitive person,
Great.
okay? And also self-awareness is key. Your whatever you want, it has to match up with your energy. All of these things, okay? And if it doesn't feel right, don't do it, okay? Because it's not going to come out right.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
a sign. That's a sign. Listen to the signs that are around you, and look in your inside of you. Go out in nature and just ask for guidance. Just ask, and you'll be surprised. The answer comes sometimes in the form of a person where
Maybe
you
it's
least
you
expect.
right
Yes.
here.
Okay. Exactly. They say we can't see the forest for the trees. So self-awareness is very important.
Okay.
Okay. What you're feeling. Okay. Listen to your body. Your body's telling you. Sometimes when you're around a person, you'll feel uneasy. That your body is telling you, get the hell away from that person. They
Right.
don't mean you no good. Listen to the signs. Listen.
Yeah.
And you will get the answers that you're seeking.
That's fascinating. So you're like equal parts drill sergeant and intuitive empath.
There
How
you
do you
go.
balance those in your practice?
I'm always battling with myself, okay? Not anybody else mostly, okay? But in the end, I just go with my heart, okay? In the end, because my heart, like I said, I'm a left brain person, but my heart, I'm leading with my heart now. I led with my brain my whole career because emotions get in the way of decision making. And when you have to make a decision,
Mhm.
leave emotions over there, because I'll say if I have to cut somebody, not literally,
Right.
to get what I need to do, I leave emotions out of the way, because the military is about sacrifice the few to save the many to get our mission completed. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I I think I've always struggled with separating emotion out of decision making, like even in career, even in work stuff. I've always those two things have always been really tightly integrated for me. So I think that's a lesson that I'm still trying to learn. Even as I am maybe in the last 10 or 15 years of my career overall. Which just also happens to be like as everything is changing with the advent of AI. So
We go us
yeah.
adapting like the Gen X multi hyphenates that we are. I'm mulling those words of pulling emotion out because I don't tend to. I tend to they like dual because I do feel like I remember when I bought this house years ago,
Mhm.
20 years ago, saying something to my father, who was not the warm and fuzziest human you could meet, of like, we love I was married at the time, so we love the house. And him saying, like, you don't make an investment like that because you just love it. And I was like, no, Dad, I've also had it inspected and it's in good shape and I've
Right.
done the due diligence. But to me, how can you make an investment in the place that's going to become your home, the vessel that holds you and your family. If you don't like, isn't it good to love it also? And I like to think of like leading with emotion, but back it up with
Data.
facts and
Right.
data, right? Um, and sometimes maybe I veer too much to one side or the other, but yeah, Lawrence, don't lose your emotional side. It's one of the things that makes you you too. But
Yeah. I mean, it's
it's a
interesting
hard
because it
balance.
normally steered me well in my career, but I mean, there have been moments where I can look back and objectively say like emotion clouded my judgment on a
Yeah.
particular thing. So it's live and learn, I guess, right? Marnie says something really interesting. Margaret, I want to read this to you. So Marnie says, one of my favorite quotes is, you must develop the ability to be disliked to free yourself from the prison of other people's opinions.
Oh, I love
I
that.
love that. I love that. I still, I am sensitive. I am highly sensitive, and so I just will say to myself, is that true? Okay? What they say, is that true? Okay? No, it's not true. Maybe it's true in that person's mind, and that's okay, but not for me, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay, if I go in and say something and somebody say, well, I don't agree. Okay, you entitled. Next. Let's move on. If you wanna debate the topic, we can debate the topic. We can have a conversation. We can have a collaboration. Okay,
Right.
because everybody has their own viewpoint. Okay, and they're entitled to it. Okay, but I still don't have to agree.
Right. Right.
Period.
Yeah, that's yeah, again, like that's another lesson that it's taken me a long time to get there. I think I for too long kind of lived my life sort of imprisoned by other people's opinions of me, right? And it's really taken a long time to get here. But I'm here, I promise. I'm here. I'm getting there.
Uh, Lawrence wouldn't cheat like I don't know if you know this, Margaret, but Lawrence and I have known each other since the fourth grade. We have a very, very, very long-standing friendship. So we have seen each other through all of these phases of like learning self-discovery, learning how to block out opinions that maybe aren't helpful, how
Yeah.
to soar in career, and now how to come into our creative power. And hi, Soso. I want to pause and say a few hellos. Soso is one of our regulars who just joined, but I see two new folks from my non-Substack life have joined. So I want to say hi to Cliff and hi to Esco and acknowledge that you're here. Thank you for joining today. Um, it's always this is we pay a lot of attention to our live chat. And we just have such a nice community here. So, and they're all loving you. People are weighing in with how helpful this is.
You're
I'm not
getting
sure.
a ton of good vibes right now, Margaret. People
Yes.
absolutely loving. Yeah. I love this. So Sony Knapp says, Sonny, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. She says, my mother said, if someone is talking about you, they're giving somebody else a rest. I think that's just a good perspective, like, yeah, I'll take it for a little bit, like,
Yeah.
I'll,
Take the heat for a little while. That's a good one. I I do want to. I'm going to teeter around a topic we're not supposed to talk about, which is politics.
It's all good.
I know that this is a topic around protecting your mental health, protecting your space. Um, I we say this all the time. We are living in unprecedented times right now in terms of how um, the, the government is and the actions being taken by the current regime are impacting every area of our lives. Like it is so hard, even if you leave the TV off and you don't log into the news sites. It is hard not to feel the impact. What advice do you have for people who are struggling to manage their mental health in these trying political times? How do we maintain that sense of peace?
Well, the first thing I did was turned off the news. Okay. When I turned off the news, my blood pressure went down, my A1C went down,
Really?
and yeah, I don't watch it. That's the first thing, okay? Because it's not a damn thing I can do about it. Okay? And if there's nothing I can do about it, there's other things that I could be doing instead.
Yeah.
And that's what I focus my time on. And when I do that, it increases my energy, it increases my vibration, and it increases my productivity. Okay,
Right.
that's the advice I give you.
So focus on ways to improve yourself. Kind of
Exactly,
look internally and ignore the external.
exactly, because it's just noise. That's all. It's what it's doing is to distract us. Okay, don't allow it to distract you from your goals. That's what it's doing.
Right.
Okay, don't allow that. Because then you're not making any progress and you're staying down there, and that's where they want you to stay. Don't do that. Do the opposite.
Yeah. It's so true because, I joined Substack at least in part. Well, I mean, Dana and I did this together to do this, you know, we actually didn't think of the show until we were already in, but in part I was doing it to write, and to publish my science fiction. And I've spent so little time recently actually writing my science fiction or publishing it because I keep getting distracted. I keep getting pulled into the other direction. So, yeah, I'm gonna take this as you are the universe, Margaret, right now, reminding me that I need to write my science fiction more.
Publish the next chapter.
Yeah, publish the next chapter. Yes.
Lawrence has been publishing a serialized speculative fiction, science fiction
Yeah, yeah.
novel. Where truth is, it's keeping the current political situation is tracking very closely to this novel he's been working on for a decade, and we've been having him read it sometimes on the show. So, yeah, I think Wednesday maybe, Lawrence. Or that's tomorrow. It's a short week. You have tonight. Get another chapter up. No pressure.
Dana,
No pressure at
Dana,
all. Yes,
Dana,
ma'am.
hold him accountable.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, get off this live, Lawrence, and go write. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not getting off this live. I will
Yeah.
write. I will write today. I promise. I will
I
I
will
will publish
say
tomorrow.
Lawrence is one of those people who keeps me accountable and connected to joy always. He is my sounding board when I'm like, Lawrence, gut check me here. He is one of the people I know will be like, yeah, that's not great, or to be like, no, no, you're fine. Keep going. You got to have those people in your world.
Absolutely.
Margaret, is there a practice that you adopted for yourself? So you turned off the news, you stopped kind of paying attention to the politics and sort of
Yes, I
drowning
did.
in that negativity. Is there, so like Sunny and some other people are talking about like, oh, uh, go connect with nature, right? Like, what is your thing? What do you do to sort of center and ground and detox from all that negativity?
Well, you have nature, we have meditation,
Mm,
okay? I have my two dogs, okay?
yeah, our animal companions for sure.
Absolutely. And so they definitely help to with the emotional support, okay? And well-being. Um Also having a proper diet, drinking water, taking care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. And when
Mhm.
you focus on these things, then you have much more pleasure in life in general. Okay. You have more to bring to the table, more to talk about. It's just so much in life to enjoy. Why spend it being miserable watching the news? I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay. Because we don't know if we're going to live tomorrow. Okay. All we have is the present moment. What can you do right now that's going to uplift you and uplift others? Okay. That's what I'm always about. And if it's not about that, then it's not going to, I don't want a part of me, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this discernment that you're talking about, like your ability to sort of figure out what is the thing that sort of serves your highest purpose and your community and what isn't. And I feel like you've really got that figured out and you're able to kind of make that determination. It, I guess I'm asking a question that I'm not sure I know, I'm not sure maybe anyone knows the answer to, but how do you how do you grow and hone that discernment? Are you able to do that? Like, have you? taught yourself how to better differentiate like what is good for you and what isn't good for you vibrationally?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If
Okay.
it don't feel right, if the person don't feel right or whatever situation, let it go and keep moving towards the path. We have to set boundaries. That's what's the key too. All right.
Okay.
If we don't have boundaries, then your life goes every which way. Okay. Set boundaries and have discipline. Okay. And you got those goals, you stick with that. Okay. Things are going to go off path. Yes. Okay. Well, what lesson did I learn from that? Maybe the path wasn't supposed to go that way. Maybe you're supposed to go this way. So we always have to remain flexible and adaptable and remain conscious of what's around us, our surroundings, our self-awareness, things changing constantly, especially with AI and things. So we always have to keep thinking, have forward thinking. Where do I see myself 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road? Okay.
Hmm.
How can I get there? What steps can I take? The baby steps. Each step you take today is going to give you tomorrow, you're going to be that much further ahead. So what can I do today? Okay. I don't have time to waste. Okay. I'm
Right.
60. I'm 63. I got less time left in this world than I can imagine that I do. Okay. And
Yeah.
people think I'm going to live forever. We all have a day and time that we're going to be gone. Okay. So how do you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered? Okay. The choices we make today will decide our future tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we need to remain focused on, not the noise on the outside that you can't do a damn thing about. Okay.
I just got to pause here for a second, Margaret, and say, friend, you are not 63 years old. Are you kidding me? Come
I
on.
thought the same thing, Lawrence.
Come on. I was sure. I was like, no, she's Gen X like us. But
Just your
No,
Generation Jones, just over that line.
absolutely.
yeah,
Like Barack Obama, he was Generation Jones too. Okay.
yeah.
There we are.
I
Oh
miss him
God,
so
what I
much.
wouldn't do for Barack
I
Obama
miss
back
him
in the White
so
House.
much. Margaret, you were talking a lot about where do you want to be 5, 10 years and goals. What are your goals on Substack specifically? What do you hope to accomplish here?
That's a good question because I've in November it'll be 1 year. Okay. I'll be grateful to get to 1,000 for now. I really don't know where it's going to take me. I'm just happy to be on that journey and I'm loving it. And we'll see. I plan on writing a book, working on some digital products, so on and so forth. Public
Ooh,
speaking. This I'm gonna do whatever I can, okay, to continue to put the message out to the world, to help others. That's why all of us are here on this earth. How can we utilize our talents, okay, and our gifts to make a difference in the world? All of us are content creators. How can we do that? You guys make a difference in everybody's lives every day, okay?
thank you. That's so sweet of you to say. It
Yeah,
is,
that is really sweet.
and you all
We're,
make a difference in ours every
yeah,
day.
Well,
like
thank
one of the things that we both love is this community that we get to build, with you, with everyone else. It's honestly the biggest gift that I think I personally didn't realize this is what we were going to be like. I didn't know this is what we were going to be doing, that we were going to be building a community like this. And it's such an incredible gift because so many smart, wonderful, kind people have showed up and helped. And I just feel like we're all, like a rising tide lifts all boats. To that point, everybody help Margaret get to 1,000. Go subscribe. Dana and I both put her link into the chat, so please go subscribe. Um,
So just said, why was I just following? I subscribed in due form.
excellent.
I do
Excellent.
think the longer I'm on Substack, I'm like the follow versus subscribe thing feels very arbitrary. It suggests sometimes one versus the other. Your followers, who are they and what does it do for you? So yeah, just click subscribe. Just go for it.
Right. Right. If you're going to follow somebody, just subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
I I
Yes.
haven't thought of that till just now, but that is, I need to make a practice of that. I think there's a bunch of people I'm following where I'm like, am I seeing their stuff in my feed? I think I am. Like, I don't know what it does to the algorithm to follow versus subscribe.
I got to imagine if you subscribe, you see more of their stuff, right? Like it's
Yes.
like the
Yes.
higher level of
Yes.
engagement. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
So Margaret,
It is.
talked a couple times about being a highly sensitive person, and me too, right? And I think that people maybe don't always understand what that means. Like it doesn't just mean like, oh, I'm sensitive emotionally. It's more than that.
It
Can you
is.
do you want to explain to people like what being an HSP means?
It I'm highly sensitive to people in general. Okay,
Mhm.
I can pick up things if I, when I meet you, like I can tell whether or not we are going to be resonate with each other.
Right.
Okay, it's just a gift that I have, and so I will, know that. And also, it means too, I know if a person is not good as well. I can sense that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And and when you're working with people, it's different because you can't let on that you may not necessarily care for the person because you have to
True.
work with them regardless, so you find a way to work with them. Okay, they say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer, and you want to do that because most regimes go down from the inside. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Right.
So you need to be aware of all the players in your camp, okay, and know their strengths and their weaknesses so you can utilize those as you need to. Okay, you might have a Judas Iscariot in there. Okay, you might need him to do something. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you and send you this message. Take this over to the other village. Okay, because you know that they're a snake. Okay, so you
Right.
use the snake accordingly.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Someone explained it to me once. I really like this is like the highly sensitive person, like we evolved this way, right? Because, humanity when we were all coming up, evolving into what we are, the village needed the person who could smell the smoke of the burning fire before anybody else. The village needed the person who
Yeah.
like could figure out where, the best berries were growing, right? Or where, the animals were tracking to. And so it's an innate skill that some people have. And what it means in the modern world is that we're almost sometimes too attuned. And the reason that we've got to do things like turn off the news and go center in nature is because we get overloaded with all of the messages of being constantly online and constantly informed.
absolutely, and it's so, and even when you get off of it, it's still there. It's still there, and
Right.
even at night, and I can't cut it off. Okay, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't, I get to for a while. Okay, it's just too much, or whatever, or the job, or whatever. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
yeah, yeah, and once you calm down and you come back to yourself, it's like okay, fine. So you do all of these different techniques, like I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So is asking hunters and gatherers versus farming, and no, it's not a versus. It's in the context of farming. It would be like the person who can tell when the milk is off before anybody else can, right? And
Right.
the person who can kind of see the patterns that maybe other people aren't paying attention to. So I yeah, I'm so glad that you're talking about that and that it's a piece of your practice. That really kind of fits with the way that I view the world too.
Yeah, and that's what makes me spiritual, okay?
Yep.
And I use this power, okay, that I have because I have it, so why not use it? Okay, to further my goals to help other people. Okay, when you realize you have these gifts and skills and talents, utilize them because otherwise, what's the point? Look at all
Right.
the people, dead people in the cemetery that didn't get an opportunity to use theirs. Okay, to make these inventions, to create these books and these stories and all of these things that can change that are life changing.
Yeah.
Okay, So utilize this because, like I said, tomorrow's not promised. We're here today. We could be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right as you were saying that, Cami or Kami, sorry, Cami, I don't know how to say your name, says it's the shaman and the healer too, right? Like it is like if you are attuned to those frequencies, then yeah, like use them and focus on them, help bring them to the people in your village. I mean, I keep saying village in the sense that I feel all of us kind of build our little community, our little village, right? And we got to figure out how to be useful to those people around us.
Absolutely. How can we tap into those? I'm telling myself that every day. How can I utilize my skills to bring to my community that will help to uplift and motivate them and to achieve their goals, because they came to me for a reason, and I'm trying to find out what that is so I can help them further. Okay, because we're on this path together. It's just not me. We're together, and we built this community. And so the gatherers and all these things, they use all their skills at that time to help the community. Everybody contribute to the betterment of that community so we can grow, learn and grow together. And if we get back to that same mentality, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
Okay? Instead of trying to cut your brother or when he's up and you're going to cut him. No, that's not how we're supposed to do things. That's not love. That's not the proper way to do things in life. Okay?
Yeah.
When you see those kind of people, I'm like, okay, they got to go. Bye.
Yeah. I just also want to go on record as saying I'm fully ready for the matriarchy. Like as soon as we can get, women into power, I just say we would be better if men just step back and said, you know what, we fucked it up for thousands of years. We're ready to let the women run things. I am quite convinced everything would be better.
Well, what I know is the woman is the backbone of the family. So I think we would do a damn good job running this country. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
sure.
we're almost out of time. And Lawrence, I want to ask our question.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Margaret, we ask all of our guests this, whether they are Gen X or not. And I know you're close, Jen Jones. What is the most Gen X song of all time, in your opinion? And there are no wrong answers.
I don't know. Who can it be now? I don't even know if that's Gen X song or not.
Oh, it is. Men at Work.
All right.
That was right top of mind for you. An excellent pick.
Yeah, that is a great pick. That is a great pick. What about a Jen Jones song? Do you have a Generation Jones song that is like your top, like your generation song?
Well, I came from Motown, so I love Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin,
Aretha for sure.
Yeah. So anything she sang, it's all good. Okay.
I mean, Respect is the obvious one, but that would be that song was to me a little old because that was before Lawrence and I had kind of come into our own musically. But yeah, that could be a Jen Jones song. And it's such an anthemic,
oh yeah, such a good anthem. Such a good anthem.
Absolutely.
Great pick. And it has been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for gracing us with your energy.
Yes. Thank you, Margaret. We adore you. It's so awesome to finally meet you and have you on the show. Maybe close this out by tell the audience kind of what they can do to support you or, whatever message you want to kind of leave the people with today.
I just want everybody to stay encouraged, regardless of what's going on in the political arena. The pendulum is still going to continue to move back and forth. Do not let it distract you from reaching your goals. Okay, that's what they want to do, but don't allow it.
I love that. I love it.
I'm not.
Oh my gosh, my friend, we're so grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, you take care.
Thanks to everyone for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Love you, mean it. Bye. Bye.